can knock that one. You must have really enjoyed that today.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's always nice to win, and it's nice to make a match-winning contribution. And luckily enough, I just held on for long enough there and managed to get us over the line.
Best score as well, 126 in a one-day game.
Yeah, definitely. I think my white ball cricket in particular, my 50 over stuff's come on. Just found a bit more of a clear method. I think there's a lot more time than you think, particularly as a young player. Sometimes you get caught up in trying to whack it, maybe a bit too early on in your innings. So yeah, probably just matured a little bit, and I've been fortunate enough to do all right so far.
I don't know whether a few weeks out with a broken hand has helped you or not, but that's 2 centuries now in this competition this season, and 2 half centuries as well.
Yeah, well, I'll probably say it's hindered me, because I had to back myself to have a good T20 comp and all, but yeah, I mean, it's part of cricket obviously, and unfortunately it's been my first real injury playing, so it was disappointing, but I think the pleasing thing for me now is coming back and playing well. When you have something like that, you obviously have doubts coming back in, so to come back in and play fluently has been real pleasing.
And Durham now top of the group with 2 to go, so it's in your hands, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've got ourselves into a great position now, and we've got 2 games to go. We've been playing okay without really nailing it, so it'd be nice if we can have a complete performance in one of these next 2 games and secure that first spot.
Was the decision to put Essex in down to the fact there was a bit of weather around, and you would prefer to chase under DLS? Yeah,
certainly. I think depending on which forecast you looked at, they all had a bit of rain on them at some point, and then in the end, we're fortunate enough to get a pretty much full game. We didn't lose too much time, but certainly I think it obviously favours the team batting second more often than not, and that was certainly in our thinking, and at the end of the day we managed to get the win, and so we're pretty happy really.
2 centuries in the match which were key really. Feroz Kushi put down by Liam Travaskis when he was on 14. It was quite a low sharp chance, but he took full advantage on his debut. A nice 100 from him. Your century as well. At the halfway stage it was difficult to know whether the Essex total was a good one or not, because there was a feeling that if they got their spinners into this and slowed the ball down, it might prove difficult, and as it is, it went to the final over. Yeah,
I think so. The wicket was a used wicket, so it'd been previously played on, so there was slight concern there, like say with the spinners on how it would react, but it didn't really do too much, to be honest. The pace of the wicket was probably a little bit slow, and that's probably just the nature of it being a used wicket. But yeah, I think it wasn't a horrendous total, but I think in reality they were probably 20-30 light really, because as a batting unit in general we probably just weren't quite on it today. We probably should have knocked it off, maybe with 5 or 6 overs to go, if we're being really honest, but it's something to improve and move into the Worcester game, and hopefully we can get a decent performance.
Worcester, it's a bit of a troubling place to go from a Durham point of view in white ball cricket. I think 7 defeats in the T20 in a row and 3 in the one-day cup. It would be nice to arrest that this time around and actually go there and get a win on the board. Yeah,
definitely. I think the nature of the ground there, obviously quite high scoring games, small boundaries and usually pretty good batting wickets. So like you say, unfortunately in cricket sometimes you get runs like that, but we're playing good cricket, so there should be no reason why we shouldn't come away with a win from Worcester.
And if you can get a win or finish top of the group, then you actually have a day off in the following week. You don't go in until the semi-final stages. Otherwise, you could be anywhere, couldn't you? In 6 days, you could be anywhere in the country twice, and then hopefully Nottingham. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, we can secure it. Then, like you say, you get that extra day, but you never really know if it's a help or a hindrance. Because obviously, if you keep playing and build momentum, it can be a positive. So we'll see how it evolves. And I think either way, as long as we get a qualification, I think we're well placed for this tournament.
Just a quick one from me, actually. You mentioned about the start about not getting boundaries and things like that, and just playing away. And was it the case of just holding your composure at the end? Because a lot of teams may have panicked in that situation where you need only a few runs and you go for the big hit. You and Luke Beneath were quite comfortable just taking those.
Yeah, I think the fortunate thing for us, because it was quite a small total, is it was never going to really get that far away from us. So you're only ever a couple of boundaries away from bringing the rate right back round. So yeah, I mean, I think most sport is about holding your nerve and applying the pressure on the other team for as long as you can. And fortunate enough today that we just as a team held on just that little bit longer and managed to get over the line.
It was quite a muted celebration as well when you got your century. Was that just an awareness of the match situation? No one wasn't over?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously nice getting 100, but there's no point getting 100 and losing the game. So I had a job still to do, and fortunately I managed to get us over the line. And like I say, we just got to move on to Worcester now.